Have you ever felt that something big is about to happen in your life, but you don't know what it is? What if I told you that Carl Jung, the genius of psychology, revealed clear signs that show you're one step away from the best phase of your life? Stick with me, because I'm going to show you 5 signs that prove your transformation is closer than you think, and once you recognize these signs, your life will never be the same. Imagine feeling a clarity so powerful that every decision leads you to success, happiness, and the version of yourself you've always dreamed of being. These signs aren't coincidences, they're clues from your unconscious. And today you'll learn how to spot them, to unlock the potential waiting inside you. If you want to uncover the signs that will transform your life, hit the like button now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. This helps more people discover this powerful knowledge. Stay until the end of the video, because the final sign is the most surprising, and you won't want to miss the key to unlocking your best phase. Let me tell you a story about someone named Liam. Liam was 32 years old, had a stable job, but felt an emptiness he couldn't explain. He woke up every day with the feeling that something was missing, as if his life were a puzzle with a piece lost. He tried everything: online courses, meditation, even drastic changes, like quitting his job. Nothing filled that void. Liam started to wonder, is this all life has for me? Maybe you felt something like this, that weight of not knowing if you're on the right path, or if the best version of you is just waiting to emerge. What Liam didn't know was that he was showing signs that Carl Jung, the master of depth psychology, said were clues of an imminent transformation. These signs aren't random, they're messages from your unconscious, shouting that you're ready for a new chapter. When Liam discovered these signs, everything changed. He found clarity, purpose, and an energy he never knew he had. What if I told you that you might be experiencing the same signs right now? Maybe you feel a restlessness, a desire to change, or even more vivid dreams that seem to be trying to tell you something. These are the whispers of your soul, according to Jung, signaling that the best phase of your life is knocking at the door. Today, I'll guide you through these signs, so you can recognize them and take the next step with confidence, just like Liam did. Get ready, because what comes next will make you see your life in a completely new way. Now that you know these signs exist, let's dive into the 5 signs Carl Jung identified as clues that you're about to enter the best phase of your life. Each of these signs is like a light turning on in your unconscious, showing you're ready for a transformative leap. Let's start with the first sign, an unexplained restlessness. Have you ever felt a void that doesn't make sense? Maybe you have a good job, friends, a stable routine, but something inside you seems to scream, this isn't everything. Jung called this the call of the soul, a sign that your unconscious is pushing you toward a greater purpose. This discomfort isn't an enemy, it's a guide. Think of Liam. He felt this restlessness every day until he realized it was the first step toward his transformation. The second sign is even more intriguing: intense or recurring dreams. Jung believed dreams are direct messages from the unconscious. Have you ever woken up from a dream so vivid it felt real, or dreamed of strange symbols, like water, birds, or a journey? These dreams aren't random. They're your unconscious preparing you for a new chapter. Write down your dreams, because they might hold clues about what's coming. Now, the third sign, an attraction to new ideas or experiences. Suddenly, you feel the urge to read a philosophy book, learn about spirituality, or even travel to a place you never considered before. Jung said this is your unconscious expanding, your horizons, pulling you towards something bigger. Have you felt this urge? It's as if a part of you knows you're ready to grow. The fourth sign is a shock, encounters with people or events that change your perspective. Maybe you meet someone who deeply inspires you, or go through a situation that makes you question everything. Jung called this synchronicity, events that seem like coincidences, but are the universe aligning your path. These moments are keys to opening doors you didn't even know existed. Finally, the fifth sign, a sudden clarity about what really matters. All at once, you know what you want, or what you need to let go of. It's as if a fog lifts, and you see your future with newfound confidence. These 5 signs don't appear by chance. They're the map of your unconscious, guiding you to the best version of yourself. But here's the most important part. Recognizing these signs is just the beginning. There's a final step Liam took, and that you need to take too, to turn these signs into reality. Stay with me, because what comes next will show you how to make that leap. And something tells me the final secret will surprise you. Now that you know the 5 signs that show the best phase of your life is coming, let's dive deeper into what Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists in history, said about these moments of transformation. Jung wasn't just a thinker, he was an explorer of the unconscious, someone who dedicated his life to unraveling the secrets of the human mind. According to him, these signs aren't just coincidences, they're part of a universal process called individuation, the journey to becoming the most complete version of yourself. Jung believed the unconscious is always guiding us, like an invisible map, and these signs are the arrows pointing the way. But here's what few people know. Jung didn't discover this alone. He drew inspiration from ancient traditions, from cultures like the Egyptians, the Chinese Taoists, and even the indigenous peoples of the Americas. These cultures knew life is cyclical, and that moments of great change always come with signs, like vivid dreams or unexpected encounters. Jung studied these teachings and combined them with his research, creating a system that explains why you're feeling what you're feeling right now. Let's revisit the first sign, that unexplained restlessness. Jung said, this is the unconscious shaking you, forcing you to look inward. The Taoists called it an imbalance of qi, an energy that needs realignment to move forward. Have you noticed how, when you ignore this restlessness, it only grows stronger? That's because your unconscious doesn't give up. Now, about those intense dreams. Jung wrote thousands of pages analyzing dream symbols. He said dreaming of water, for example, represents deep emotions, while dreaming of a journey might symbolize your search for purpose. The Egyptian traditions saw dreams as messages from the gods, and Jung agreed they're a portal to hidden truths. The third sign, the attraction to new ideas, has roots in Greek philosophy. Socrates said the soul craves knowledge, and Jung saw this as the unconscious pulling you to expand your mind. When you feel the urge to explore something new, it's your higher self calling you. The fourth sign, Synchronicities, is where Jung shines. He studied medieval alchemical texts, which spoke of mystical connections between events. That person you met at just the right time, or that book that fell into your hands. They're not accidents, they're the universe aligning you with your destiny. Finally, the sudden clarity, which Jung called a moment of integration. Buddhists describe this as partial enlightenment, when you realize what truly matters. But here's the secret Jung kept for his closest students. Recognizing these signs is just the first step. There's a specific practice, which he used with his patients, to turn these signs into real change. This practice isn't in Jung's most popular books. It was shared only in closed circles, and it involves a method for actively listening to the unconscious. If you want to know how Liam used this method to change his life, and how you can do the same, you need to understand that it requires action. Stay with me, because what comes next will show you exactly how to take that next step. And something tells me you're more ready than you think. You're starting to recognize the signs that show the best phase of your life is coming, aren't you? That restlessness, the vivid dreams, the attraction to new ideas, the synchronicities, and that clarity that comes out of nowhere. But here's the question that's stuck in your mind. What do you do with these signs? How do you turn these clues from the unconscious into real change? Like Liam did. Carl Jung didn't just identify these signs, he developed a secret method to use them, a process he called dialogue with the unconscious. This method is so powerful that Jung only taught it to his most dedicated patients, those ready to make a leap in life. Want to know what's most intriguing? This method doesn't require years of therapy or deep psychological knowledge. It's something you can start applying today, but only if you're willing to listen to what your unconscious is trying to tell you. Imagine for a moment, what if you could access a part of you that already knows exactly what to do, a part that's waiting to guide you to success, happiness, and the purpose you've always wanted? Jung said this part exists in all of us. He called it the self, the center of your soul. But here's the problem. Most people never learn to connect with this self. They see the signs, feel the restlessness, have the dreams, but let it all slip away, as if it's just a phase. What if I told you you're one step away from not making that mistake? Jung's method involves a simple but profound practice that starts with a question you need to ask yourself. I won't tell you what that question is now, because you need to be ready to absorb what it reveals. Think of Liam. When he discovered this practice, something clicked. He stopped feeling lost, started making decisions with confidence, and found a path that felt made for him. Have you ever felt you're so close to a big change, but you're missing just one piece of the puzzle? That piece is in Jung's method, and it's more accessible than you think. But here's the detail that changes everything. This method only works if you act quickly. The signs you're seeing now, they don't last forever. Jung said the unconscious is like a wave. If you don't ride it when it comes, it passes, and you might miss the chance to transform your life. Want to know how to start? The next part of this video will show you the first step to using Jung's method. But I need you to stay until the end, because there's a detail almost no one knows, and it could be the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted. Have you ever imagined what your life would be like if you could turn these signs into real change? That restlessness, the vivid dreams, the attraction to new ideas, the synchronicities, and the sudden clarity, all pointing to the best phase of your life. Now, let's talk about what happens when you use Carl Jung's method to harness these signs. These benefits go beyond just feeling good. They redefine who you are and how you live. First, you gain a mental clarity that feels almost magical. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what you want, without doubts or confusion. Your decisions become easier because you're aligned with your deepest purpose. Second, you develop an unshakable confidence. That inner voice that used to make you doubt yourself, it starts to fade. You feel capable of facing any challenge because you're connected to what Jung called the self, the center of your soul. Third, your life starts to flow in a way that feels almost supernatural. The right people show up at the right time, opportunities arise out of nowhere, and you feel like you're on the right path, as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. Fourth, you find emotional peace. That emptiness Liam felt, that sense that something was missing, it disappears. You no longer need to chase external validation because you find fulfillment within yourself. And the fifth benefit, the most powerful, is a sense of purpose. You discover what truly matters, and every step you take brings you closer to a life worth living. Let's go back to Liam for a moment. When he started applying Jung's method, he didn't just overcome the emptiness that haunted him. He found a new path. He left a job that was suffocating him, started studying something that always fascinated him, and today he lives with an energy that inspires everyone around him. Liam isn't special. He simply learned to listen to the signs and act. And you? You're feeling these signs right now. Maybe it's a restlessness you can't explain, or a dream that won't leave your mind. These are the same signs that guided Liam, and they're guiding you towards something greater. But here's the secret. These benefits don't come on their own. They require you to take the first step. Jung's method is like a key, but you have to turn it. Imagine looking back a year from now and realizing you could be living your best phase right now, but you let the signs slip away. Don't let that happen. What Liam did, and what you can do, is start listening to the unconscious actively. This process begins with a practice Jung kept for his closest students, and it's within your reach. Stay with me until the end, because I'll show you how to take that first step, and something tells me you're closer than ever to transforming your life. You're feeling it now, aren't you? That spark of possibility, the sense that the signs Carl Jung described are speaking directly to you, the restlessness, the vivid dreams, the new ideas, the synchronicities, and that clarity that feels like a bolt of light. These signs aren't just clues, they're an invitation from your unconscious to step into the best phase of your life. But here's the mystery Jung left for us. Recognizing these signs is only the beginning. There's a practice, a key he used to turn these signs into real change. And that key is hidden in a question you need to ask yourself. It's not just any question. It's one that opens the doors of your unconscious, revealing truths that can change everything. Liam asked this question, and that's when his life turned upside down, in the best way. He found clarity, purpose, and a version of himself he never imagined possible. You're one step away from doing the same, but you need to act. Jung said the unconscious doesn't wait forever. The signs come like a wave, and if you don't ride it, it passes. Want to know what that question is? It's so simple, yet so profound, that it can transform the way you see yourself. I won't tell you now, because you need to be ready for what it reveals. In our next video, we'll dive into this practice of Jung's, and I promise, when you discover what it is, you'll understand why Liam never looked back. Keep an eye out, because what comes next could be the moment you've been waiting for your whole life. If you felt these signs in your life, don't let this moment slip away. Click the subscribe button now, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video, and share this content with someone who needs to hear this message. Your action could change someone else's life, just as it's changing yours. Give a like if you want to discover the question that transformed Liam, and comment below, which of these signs are you feeling right now? Your story matters, and we want to hear it. Check out the next videos that will pop up on the screen, because each one is a step toward unlocking the best version of you. Don't wait. Your transformation starts now.